This is a quantum simulation. Your reality is a quantum computer that is many levels that you create as you move throughout your journey and interact with other people who are also you. So today's topic is about crystals. Somebody wrote me and asked me how crystals work in reality. And they work because you believe in them and you give them power. So let's take a crystal quartz, for example. Crystal quartz is associated with love. So people believe that having a crystal quartz does something around love. Well, I don't believe in that myself. I don't use those things because it was never taught to me, it was never part of my existence, my reality. So I never learned to have that association with them. What I do know is that everything has its own frequency and vibration and electromagnetic energy. I do know that crystal quartz are the lowest state of energy as far as crystals go. And the reason for that is because they cannot have a lot of energy because they house information. They take in frequency. We use them to house data, to transfer data all the time. So of course it's going to be the lowest energy state. And I laugh because Neil deGrasse Tyson was making fun of people who use them for energy work. And I'm like, how do you not put two and two together? They're used for data storage all the time, so they have to be the lowest energy frequency state. Because if it had too much energy, it wouldn't be able to store data, would it? So anyway, and also I don't think it's right to make fun of people's belief systems. They have a long line of reasons for wanting to believe the way they believe, and they should be allowed to do so, even if it's crystals. So what ends up happening for those who need to believe is that the crystal takes on any frequency that is not of love. Yeah, that's how it works. So the pink crystal quartz is empty, lowest frequency energy state, takes on data, which is the emotion, the energy block that you have that's blocking you from the love. Because you believe that this totem, this rose crystal quartz, is going to help you with love. So it's going to remove the energy not associated with that frequency. And the energy is frequency. It's just frequency is a form of energy. Energy is frequency. They're interchangeable. So that energy goes into that crystal quartz stone. You feel better. Creates that feedback loop of, oh, this made me feel better. Because your intention and belief guided the process of your negative frequency associated with what you wanted to achieve. And it moved it out into the stone, the crystal quartz, and you felt better. And so that feedback loop began, and that fed your belief system. So now you really believe in crystal quartz. You see how that works? So the belief compounds and gets stronger, and your association with that totem pole compounds and gets stronger, but it's your power focused through the crystal quartz. Now, people say that you have to cleanse them with the moonlight or a selenite crystal or whatever. That makes sense. If selenite is still the lowest state form of energy and you're just transferring from one to another, you still have energy that's being transferred to the selenite and it stays there. As far as cleansing goes, energy is displaced in water. So that's my theory on how you would cleanse your quartz. The moonlight, don't know, would have to see more data on that. But as far as everything else goes, it's your intention, your belief system that guides it. So I guess if you think moonlight is cleansing it and moonlight dissipates it, it's your world. I'm just living in it. So that's how it works. Anything you believe in or adopt a belief in is how it functions. If somebody tells you something and you believe it, then that's your adoption of their belief system and how it functions. So a lot of the things that I ask people whenever they comment on here is that your experience or are you adopting a belief from somebody else? Shuts them up every time. Because what I'm speaking about is my lived experience. I take what other people say, do, believe, and their observation, and I use it to factor in my own. But I don't actually adopt anyone else's belief, which is why when I had my near-death experience, I experienced no deity. So you experience what you believe in, or what your past lives believed in, or whatever else. You are everyone and everything having an experience, and there's no time. So everything is just vibrating at a different rate so that you can interact with yourself and have this experience. So that's just one way of saying don't take it so seriously, and that's how it works.